I'll still go with Antas. It's better for Furies, like, because you can use it against Furies.
The pact is sealed.
Only after dash is when you get the bonus damage. But you dash pretty much all the time anyway. So yeah, that was still just down to misplay for sure, my death. But when you do a lot of runs, like, you're just gonna do mistakes sometimes. I didn't even see the archer there, and I was really like, I was expecting there to be archer. But, like, yeah, it's very hard to react to the arrows. So mistakes are just always gonna happen, eventually. I think I'd take the attack. Chill is very good. Snowburst is very impressive in speedruns, but not really here. But in speedruns you just spam your casts a lot. Spamming casts a lot in high heat kind of translates to getting hit a lot. Yeah, I'll take a hammer.
Who's next? Who else?
Well, there's a flurry jab. Demeter attack isn't the best for flurry jab, at least in terms of damage. But it's still good for like stacking chill and stuff. So here's a weird thing. I can skip this mid-sharp, take the normal darkness chamber. I can gather a little bit of gold there. Like then again, I might get hit. Guess I'll just go here. Pumming pumming my attack, I'm not sure if it's very good. I don't think it's a good use of money. I'll take a slicing shot. I know I'll lose boiling blood, but this can potentially be very good. And it's epic. And I don't want the other stuff. So the way I'm doing this is basically just the Zag Spear minus exploding launcher, which is more of a bad thing than a good one, to be honest. So is that really a good idea? Should I just go for cast build instead? do I just put on Infernal Soul or something? I don't really know. So which one is better? I'm not even sure. So if I don't, let's say I don't get more boons, I can, but let's say I don't. I would just probably sell the Slicing Shot instead of the Frost Strike. Like, I really don't want to sell Frost Strike. Especially since I have Flurry Jab. Do I have time for this trial? I think I do. I have okay damage. Doesn't take too long, I think. Yeah, you really just don't want to see Flurry cast. And like, Hermes has one of the better boons out there. Really want to maximize your chances of finding Flurry cast. And yeah, Infernal Soul is good in normal chambers, but I know I died in normal chamber, but I don't know. Like, Stygian Soul is still good. It's not bad. Whatever I pick up here, I will potentially sell. Not sure I want Demeter 8 because of Frost Strike. Hello, medic. But whatever I pick up here, I potentially will sell. I could just take the special. Heartbeat Blast isn't great. This is the weird thing about Demeter, like... So if you look at Demeter boons, Killing Freeze is one of the better boons out there in the whole game. But the rest of the stuff is just quite bad. Outside from, well, even some of the duo boons are quite bad, but Ravenous Will, it's good at epic, but at common it kind of doesn't do much. Glacial Glare, very strong, but it's hard to find it, and like, yeah, it's really hard to make Crystal Beam actually work. Nourished Soul doesn't even work at high heat. Rare Crop, you can't sell it, which is a huge problem usually. Snowburst, not quite so strong. Like, again, you don't really want to put on Infernal Soul, at least I don't want to. Frozen Touch, quite bad, to be honest. You can't really afford to get hit too many times. So, it's just weird. Killing Freeze is, like, this is a huge gamble always. Killing Freeze is almost alone gonna kill bosses and stuff. But the other ones are just pretty bad. That's the weird thing about Demeter. I think I'll just take the special.
That's cold. Not much choice.
Kind of want to suicide. Oh, okay. Actually, call would be good. Yeah. Life affirmation or different league. This one says rare. Life affirmation can be a bit better. Guess I'll pick it up. I feel like I'm gonna pick up this palm. Palming my call would be quite nice.
Gods grant me strength.
But do I roll for it? I don't think so. Do I just get rid of this slicing shot? Like, is cast build really worth going for? It's so tough to make them work. Like, you need to go for tight deadline 3. And you need to leave on some points in jury summons. Which is kinda doable. But I'm not really sure if it's gonna be any easier. Can still palm this. Let's see how it works.
I'm back, ladies.
Yeah, slicing shot does do decent damage with
Don't mind me, Father.
Achilles spear.
There goes that one.
Lucky tooth.
Closer to the surface. Now we're getting somewhere.
It's kind of a shame that Aphrodite is still in my pool. Don't really want Aphrodite boons. By the way, just realized it's kind of unlucky that I even had dodge when I died, a 30% dodge from second wind. Imagine if that was a dodge instead, the last arrow hit. Well, I guess I could have died anyway. This one is epic, just take it. Take the dash, it's quite good. Not really a fan of chaos. Even palm is okay here, but I mean, I'll just take the HP. Especially since I have life affirmation. And I might end up selling it later. I'm actually looking to sell it later. Because you still get to keep the HP you gain from life affirmation. There's a small chance here, but there is a chance. I can afford this palm. Kinda want to. Yeah, good. Does this special really do anything? It's only gonna... Doesn't actually even... Well, it enables parting shot, which I don't want to see. Doesn't work with slicing shot, as far as I know.
Say the barge of death is never late. Achilles, help! We'll be right back. You wretches. Lady Athena.
Brilliant Repast is okay. But, I mean, DD is just much better. This is epic, which does make a huge difference. Like, this is so much better than common. But I think I always roll for it once, right? Also, it could be stubborn roots, so yeah.
What else we got?
Still no DD. I'll take Holy Shield, it's also fine.
Your wisdom guide me.
More Athena. So with Stubborn Defiance, if you have an empty slot, when you pick up the DD, you'll actually get a new DD from Athena. And they stack. So you can actually potentially get like... There's 2 DDs from Athena. You can even gain 1 from Chaos. And then there's Lucky Tooth. So that's quite a few DDs you can actually stack up. Doesn't happen very often, but yeah. I've had some runs with 2 DDs from Athena. Again, I'll roll this once.
Like none of these.
There we go. So that's what happens.
Let's see.
Lucky HP here. Lucky as in if I was forced to go into a shop, I couldn't afford anything. Yeah, Stubborn Defiance is a little bit more consistent at high heat, I think, at least. You can still do Death Defiances. But you might get kinda screwed if you don't see Paddy. Just wait a full call. The last time Amir saw me do that and beat Hades with it, I think he ended up nerfing Athena Call. Or at least the palm scaling. This sells for more than life information. It's probably better to hold on to it. Like, weak is good, but this means that I already need to get hit before the weak applies. So it kind of just doesn't do that much. I'll hold on to Lucky Tooth. I don't think I need another palm. It's better to just take HP.
Stay dead.
I'm still super sad about losing that run. And I just kind of realized that Achilles isn't really like a free weapon either. Like, what are the chances of actually running into a good cast build? It doesn't happen too often. Especially if you want to start with Divine Dash. Like, it's really just tough to put together a good cast build. Even if they are like super strong at normal encounters. Took a trap there. Hades aspect consistency is quite good, like you always have damage. Like, the only things you need with Hades aspect are Deadly Strike, or just something else, and Divine Dash. Like, you already do a lot of damage with Hades aspect. It's quite good for high hit. It's better to buff Athena's aid. Like, 11% here translates to 2 damage. And I don't have crits or anything like that. Kinda like pumming that again. Do I want this trial? These are just very... I don't really like the look of this trial because it's Aphrodite and Demeter. Those are like the worst trials usually. I know that you can take Demeter trial and just get out of harm's way. Like, you don't have to rush into that. Hello, Hellion. Sadly, my streak died. It was up to 10 wins. Where are my glasses? Guess I forgot to put them on. Do you like my glasses perhaps, Alien? I can put on my glasses for you. Is there like a voice you want or you prefer? Like it very low, deep, rich sound. I'll take the Demeter trial. Aphrodite trial are just very horrible. Again, I want to dodge this special. It just adds parting shot to different league. Archers. Basically, I'm just hoping for killing freeze. That's the weird thing about Demeter. Like, I already talked about it a little bit, but it's pretty much like killing freeze or nothing when it comes to Demeter and tier 2s and stuff. Oh, whoops, I thought that was the blue one, but it's fine. I have a full call. So yeah, it turns out Elysium can also be quite tough, especially if you don't have a lot of damage. You're late for Cyberpunk release? Is that what you're gonna play today, Alien? I might watch a little. I know nothing about Cyberpunk. I just know that it's been postponed forever. So is this like still a rush to release? Because that's kind of what often happens. I feel like game releases are postponed for a good reason usually. Whoops. Might as well die here then. Plus Keanu. Oh yeah, right, there's Keanu Reeves, right? It's kind of weird. From what I've seen, Cyberpunk is quite a complex game, so it's no wonder there's bugs. I haven't DD already. Do I just take Brilliant Repass? Like it's always gonna be okay. But I could roll for another DD. Or Stubborn Roots. I don't know, this is quite good. Once you have Flurry Jab, you don't really need this other hammer. I usually skip it. Like the only thing you would really even hope for is like extending jab. I know there's also triple jab, but it kind of just doesn't do enough, in my opinion.
That's the last of them.
Extending is good. HP is nice. So Anyway, when it comes to this run, I'm not really learning much. Just realized that if I go for like Stygian Soul and not a cast start, this is basically a Zag Spear run. Like even, I know that I have this epic slicing shot, but it's not really doing much anyway. Like if you want to have a proper cast build, I think you need to drop damage control. Unless you go for slicing shot or crystal beam, but those casts just need a lot of help to get going. Freezing vortex, yeah, I know. So what I could do still with Achilles Spear is start with Zeus, like I did with Zag Spear, but instead just pick up attack. Because that's usually enough damage to like clear the game, especially if you punch ulted. This is a long ass chamber. This feels like my Hermes Cup 3 Chiron run last chamber. Aren't these the same enemies? Non-elite swordsmen. Look at how long this is. Yeah, I did know that Bablo means money in Russian. I've heard it a couple of times. I kind of like this quick favor. It's epic at least. It's okay. Demeter, freezing vortex and stuff. I don't need the turkey. I mean, I guess this is fine. But do I just roll it with this one? So I guess I do, because I could get a duo boon. Oh well. It's Arctic Blast out of those options.
These two. There is no greater pleasure in Elysium than...
Yeah, no Vortex. And that was clearly the duo boon I was going after. Actually, now I wouldn't mind it too much. But it actually doesn't even help me against like Hades. Unless I find like engulfing vortex. I have no faith in freezing vortex. I think Like the problem with Demeter is just Arctic Blast is quite bad. And I believe Freezing Vortex is there only because of Arctic Blast. But both of them are just bad. Which means that you have 2 useless boons. Mostly useless anyway. So that's really the problem of Demeter. Goodbye Life Affirmation. You served us well.
I'm almost out of here.
Athena versus Dionysus. Oh, you mean the call from Theseus or what? Arctic Blast not even pummable, yeah. Which is kind of weird. Meanwhile, Freezing Touch is pummable, which is also another bad boon. Except, it's quite good for EM4 AFK. I just buy this. Ho ho. Ho ho ho.
Satyr tunnels. Try this way.
Well, even Demeter Legendary isn't that good. In fact, I think it's like a bad Dying Lament. It's cool, sure. I don't mind that it's in the game, but it's just not very good. And it doesn't even work for like Hades phase 1. Only works on the last phase.
Achilles, Tartarus. Moment's rest. This one, I guess. Hear me on my authority.
Okay.
Saint Isaac for one good boy. Loss has.
So yeah, this was just another flurry cast. I mean flurry jab run. But I ended up finding like killing freeze and DDs and stuff. So I don't know. I don't really learn much from like these good runs. Still have a feeling that the cast thing is never gonna be like actually worth going for. Like cast is still pretty bad at bosses, that's the problem with cast builds. And Like sure, you don't die too often in normal chambers, but you have to sacrifice a lot to make cast builds work. And that is that you have to go for like, you can still die by the timer, like it's possible. So I don't really know what to do with Achilles Spear. I guess I do just... I don't know even. I feel like Zeus' attack is pretty good for the spear.
Let's finish this then.
The streak got up to 10 wins this time. Died with Achilles Spear, of all things. And in the butterfly chamber. The butterfly ball chamber. Just a lot of misplays. But I did have pretty crappy damage.
Achilles. Apologies, Master.
Athena cannot save you from me, boy.
Yeah.
Oh. Why? I was much stronger once.
Tight deadline 5. Purposely run the timer out early on. You really don't have a lot of time. It has to be Cherry Summons 0. Can you even make it out of Tartarus? Don't you take like 5 damage per second even? Or per 2 seconds or something? I don't know.
Take me home.
I know that you can use Stubborn Defiance, but still you just don't have a lot of HP to tank through.
In the name of someone very sore right now.
Anyway, I need to pee. Then I need to figure out what to do. I think I'll just do the other aspects now. But be right back.